class 6, let us study lesson 7, the Union Government, State Government and Judiciary. In the previous class, we have studied about the government. Today we shall study the Union Government. So what is the Union Government? Union Government is also known as the Central Government, State Government and the Judiciary. So you are going to study the structure and functions of the legislature, executive of central government. The Union of India. So what is the Union of India? Here the Union of India consists of 29 states and 6 union territories. So how many states it consists? 29 states and 6 union territories. The union government is also known as central government. The central government has 3 organs, mainly legislature, executive and judiciary. So what is the function of legislature, children? The function of this organ, that is legislature, is to make laws. What is the function? It is to make laws and it checks the executive. After making laws, it checks the other organ whether it is executing. So what is the function of executive here? This organ implements the law through the administration. It looks after whether it is functioning proper, following, etc. Next, judiciary is the organ which gives judgments. If any people doesn't follow the rules or laws, regulations, they are going to be questioned or punished. Now let us study about the union legislature. So the union legislature is called as what? It is called as the parliament. The Parliament of India consists of the President of India. So who will be there in the Parliament? So Parliament of India, President will be there. Along with him, 2 houses. Along with President, 2 houses also is there. Which are those 2 houses? That is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is the lower house. Lok Sabha is called as the lower house of the parliament and member of the Lok Sabha are directly elected. By whom? By the citizens who are above the age of 18. And maximum number of seats in Lok Sabha will be 552. So Lok Sabha is called as the lower house of the parliament and members here in the Lok Sabha, members are elected directly by the citizens who are above 18 years and the maximum number of seats for Lok Sabha will be 522. Members, who can be the members of the Lok Sabha? So the Lok Sabha members are elected for how many years? For 5 years. So if they are elected, they can rule for 5 years and they should have the following qualifications. In order to become a member of Lok Sabha, they have the 4 qualifications. The member, first one is to become a member of Lok Sabha, one should be a citizen of India. So which is the first and foremost qualification? He should be a member of Lok Sabha. To become a member of Lok Sabha, one should be a citizen of India. Second one, they must be at least 25 years of age, not a age of 18 years. He should attain the age of 25 years. They should not have been sentenced to imprisonment. So the members who become the member, who want to become the members, they should not be sentenced for the imprisonment. They should not be insolvent. That means that not having enough money to pay one's debts. So they should have enough money. They should not be very poor, asking money with others like. Then Lok Sabha Speaker. Who can become a Lok Sabha Speaker? So the members of Lok Sabha elect one among themselves as a speaker. Who will elect the speaker? The members of the Lok Sabha will elect the speaker, one among themselves as a speaker. The powers and functions of the speakers are, what are the powers and functions here? Deciding the matters that needs to be discussed in the house. So the speaker has to do these functions. He had to decide what has to be discussed in the houses. He has to maintain the discipline and dignity of the house and conducting the discussions in a proper manner and taking decisions. So these are the functions of whom? Functions of Lok Sabha Speaker. So what is the function here? He has to decide. He is deciding the matter that has to be discussed in the meeting or discussed in the house. He has to maintain discipline and dignity of the house and conducting the discussion in a proper manner. It should be in a proper manner, and also the taking decision should be a good one. This is about what a Lok Sabha. Next we shall study the Rajya Sabha, the second house, that is the Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house of the parliament. The maximum number of seats in Rajya Sabha is 250. So what is the maximum seat in Rajya Sabha or upper house? 250. The members are not directly elected by the citizen, whereas in Lok Sabha the members are elected directly by the citizen. Whereas in Rajya Sabha, members are not directly elected by the citizens, and the total number of seats will be only 250. In Lok Sabha, total number of seats will be 552. 238 members are elected by the members of the state assemblies. So 238 members are elected by whom? Elected by the state assemblies, and the remaining 12 members are nominated by the President of India. So remaining 12 members are appointed or nominated by whom? By President of India. Now, who can become a member of Rajya Sabha? To become a member of Rajya Sabha, one must be less than 30 years of age. So one must not be less than 30 years of age, and the term of Rajya Sabha members is 6 years. In Lok Sabha members, the term of the Lok Sabha members will be 5 years. The Vice President of India is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. So who is the Vice President of India? Is the chairman of Rajya Sabha. Now let us study the rights of the members. The members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are called MPs. What they are called? The members of both the houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, are called as the MPs, are members of parliament. The members enjoy freedom of speech in the parliament. So what freedom they have? The members can enjoy the freedom of speech in the parliament, and the opinions expressed by them in the parliament cannot be questioned in a court of law. Whatever opinions regarding to the administration, if they say, that cannot be questioned in the court of law. Next, let us study the role and functions of the leader of the oppositions. What are the functions as well as the role of a leader in the opposition? The leader of the opposition occupies a respectable place. So the leader of opposition's parties occupies a respectable place. His role and functions are pointing out the lapses. He has to point out the lapses, if any, on the part of the government, reviewing the policies and programs of the government, and giving timely advice to the government, cabinet and the administrators. So what are the functions of the opposition's leader? He has to point out any lapses, anything pending. If any on the part of the government, it may be any part of the government, are reviewing the policy or renewing the policies and the programs of the government, and giving timely advice to the government, cabinet and the administrators. So these are the functions and the roles of whom? Leader of the oppositions. So the powers and functions of the parliament. So there are few important powers and functions of the parliament. Let us study one by one. Legislative powers. The main functions of the parliament is to make laws. What is the main functions of the legislature? Is to make laws. Legislative powers function in the parliament to make laws. Whenever necessary, the parliament can also amend or revoke the existing laws. Whenever it is necessary, that law is not good, they can amend, they can change or revoke the existing laws. And main function is to make the Council of Ministers accountable to it, and its functions and behavior of the Council of Ministers is not conducive. Remove it through the non-confident motions is another important function of the parliament. Next, second important is financial powers. So the financial bill must be presented and discussed first in the Lok Sabha. So here financial powers, where it has to be discussed first in the Lok Sabha, and union government, that is central government, cannot collect taxes or spend money without the approval of the parliament. Thus parliament has full control over the financial matters of the country. Third function or third power is here administrative powers. The ministers are responsible to answer the questions asked by the members of the parliament. Who has the powers? Here the ministers are responsible to answer the questions asked by whom? By the members of the parliament. The members can criticize the omissions and commissions of the ministers in the house. There the members can criticize what commissions, what money they get and commissions of the ministers in the houses. Fourth one, authority to amend the constitution. They have the authority to change the constitution. The parliament has the power to amend the constitution. So you have a small diagram here about the Indian constitution, how the organs function here, about the central government, organs of powers, both the three organs you have: legislature, executive and judiciary. So you can go through it. Next, let us study about the union executive. The union executive is composed of the president, prime minister and his council of ministers. So the union executive is composed by whom? Composed of the president, prime minister, his council of ministers. Second one, next let us study about the president. So how the president can be appointed? What are the functions here? The president is the head of the Indian Republic. So who is the head of the Indian Republic? The president. He is called the first citizen of the country. So who is called the first citizen of the country? The president. His official residence is in Rashtrapati Bhavan. Where is his official residence or his house? That is known as Rashtrapati Bhavan. The elected members of both the houses of the parliament and members of the legislative assemblies of all states elects the president of India. A person must have completed 35 years of age to become the president of India. So what is the age limit here? He must have completed 35 years of age to become a president of India. And he must possess all the qualifications necessary to become a member of Lok Sabha. So all the qualification, whatever it is necessary, he should have to become a member of Lok Sabha, and his term of office will be 5 years. For 5 years he can be a member, can rule. You can see the Parliament House, which is in New Delhi, how it is. And also you can see the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the official house of the Parliament. What are the powers of the president now? What powers he is having? The president appoints the leader of the majority party in the Lok Sabha as the prime minister. So who appoints the majority party in the Lok Sabha as the prime minister? The president. He appoints the other ministers also. Prime minister on the advice of prime minister. He appoints other ministers. This is the first power. So which is the first power, children? The president appoints the leader of majority party in the Lok Sabha as the prime minister, and on the advice of prime minister he can appoint other ministers. Second one, the assent of the president is necessary for any bill to become an act. The presence of whom? The presence of or the essence or assent of president is necessary for the bill to become an act. The third one, the supreme command of the defense forces is vested in the president. So who is having the supreme command or the full command of the defense forces is in the hands of the president. He has the power to declare war or peace. Who has the power to declare war or peace? President. Fourth one, the president has the power to appoint the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts. So who has the power to appoint the judges of Supreme Court and High Court? The president. Fifth one, he has the power to grant pardon or confirm the punishment. Who has the power here to pardon? The president has the pardon or power to grant or confirm the punishment. Next comes the vice president. The members of both the houses of the parliament elect the vice president. So, the members of both the houses of the parliament elect the vice president. The vice president must be over 35 years of age. So, how old he should be? 35 years of age and should have all the qualification. So vice president also should have all the qualifications that are required to become a president, and his term of office is 5 years. So his term, president as well as the vice president, his term of office will be 5 years, and he is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So who will be the chairman of Rajya Sabha? The vice president. He will discharge the functions of the president during the absence of the president. So who will discharge? The chairman, the vice president will discharge the functions, will look after the functions of the president during the absence of the president. Now the last one is about the prime minister. The importance of prime minister. Why prime minister is important? He plays an important role in the parliamentary system of the government. Who plays an important role in the parliamentary system of the government? The prime minister. He has the prime responsibility. Who has the prime responsibility of protecting the national security? So who has? The prime minister has the prime responsibility of protecting the national security. The powers and functions of the prime ministers are. So what are the powers and functions here? He is the leader of Lok Sabha. So who will be the leader of Lok Sabha? The prime minister will be the leader of Lok Sabha. He allocates the portfolios of the ministers, and he allocates all the functions, powers and functions of the portfolios of the ministers. Third one, he has the powers to reshuffle the cabinet. Who has the power here? Prime minister has the power to reshuffle the cabinet. Fourth one, he has the power to recommend the appointments of the ministers to various departments of the president. Fifth one, he has the power to recommend and the removal of the ministers of the president. So all these are the 5 powers of the prime ministers. So these are the important powers and functions of whom? Powers and functions of the prime ministers. So we have studied about the central government or the union legislature. Children, hope you have understood about the central government. So in the second video, we shall study about the state government and about the judiciary. Hope you have understood. Thank you.